been a big year, couple of years for you. Touring Vision Quest and coming to Europe and
moving to Europe from New York was
how's it
a
been?
big step. Yeah, it's been great. It was more of a move for, I'd say, a lot of my friends moved over to Europe, so it was just a natural progression. I kind of reached the ceiling in New York, and career-wise, it was just, there's not much going on in the States as far as being able to, on the level that I am as a DJ, not a superstar, kind of in the middle ground. It's difficult for promoters to want to fly you from New York or from the States, for that matter, to come to Europe. So it was just like, come to Berlin, hang out, have all my friends there. Everyone is living there, so there's inspiration everywhere, and then it's just so much easier to get booked.
So, I've heard the Mole like talking about coming over, you know, Colin.
Yeah.
And he describes Europe as like Disneyland.
Yeah, as a DJ for sure.
To
I mean,
States.
it's a completely different. Even when I go back to the States, I don't want to rag too much on the States, but I mean, even when you go back and do some dates, you can just tell the difference in the crowd, and the production of the shows are just completely different. I mean, here in Europe, I have more range. I feel like I can experiment more musically.
Yeah.
That's what I like about coming out here. Coming places like tonight, where I felt like I could play some more techno, or going to Romania, where it's just all across the board, or Italy. It's just more freedom musically for me.
Because you play really, I mean, we've been listening to your radio
Yeah,
shows.
well, I mean, the radio show is like everything from Neil Young to to Marcel Detman. So it's a broad range of music on the radio show. But for DJing, I mean, I came up when I was like 21 in New York, going to Twilo and stuff. So on the Twilo nights, you had everyone from Sasha and Digweed to Richie Houghton. So at that time, I didn't know shit about the music. I would just go out religiously. So I knew on any Friday night at Twilo, you were going to get top-notch, amazing music. So that really kind of helped me to craft me as a DJ. When I had Teneglia on Fridays as well at Vinyl, and he was just all across the board, from tribal to techno to house to progressive. So for me, I've always had a large collection of music, and I try to incorporate that in every set. Try to go from, I mean, depending on how long you have, but try to make it fit. You know, if you have 2 hours, I still think I can do it, but you like to have a little bit longer maybe, and try to make everything work, to go down a little bit in the middle of the set, bring it up again, and try to hit everything. Yeah.
And so I think for me, like, I can see some parallels in a way now between what New York was like in like the mid to late 90s, when you had Tenaglia and Vasquez with those kind of iconic residencies, to what you've got in Berlin now with places like Burkman, which are all about the residents. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
You know, do you see some kind of parallels there?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
approach these things?
that is, I mean, Berghain to me is the best club in the world. It's for me, my favorite place to go. I don't go out much in Berlin. It's basically you gig on the weekend, you come home Sunday, and you go straight to Panorama Bar, and you just get right into the thick of it. But for me, Panorama Bar Berghain is I felt connected right off the bat, because it really reminds me of the old New York clubs, Sound Factory, Tunnel, Twilo, Vinyl, in the sense that, like you said, they are very, the residents are a key component of that club, as well as the crowd is just a mix of everything. So it's really nice to go to a place where you can just get completely lost. And those clubs in New York were like Vinyl, Twilo, Tunnel, you get completely off your head and just disappear for a couple hours in a dark cubby hole or something, and it was great. And that's what I really like about Berghain Panorama Bar. You just can get lost, and you know, whatever room you go into, there's going to be good music. They have a really, really good selection. From Panorama Bar, you go down to get some techno, and Berghain, it's great. It's, for me, the only club that I can go clubbing. Everything else I get bored within 5 minutes.
Okay. Cool. So what are your plans for 2012 then? Like, are you doing more stuff with the Vision Quest guys, or are you going to be doing your
Well,
own thing or other collaborations?
The Vision Quest guys were, I mean, we're all super tight. So it just became, when they started, they had the Vision Quest thing in Detroit back in the day. And then once we all started to, you know, play a little more in Europe and develop a name for ourselves, they decided to go get the Vision Quest thing back together. And me just being close with all of them, I'm not part of Vision Quest, but we'll play together. I help them out with, you know, suggesting, listening to music for the label, stuff like that. Just like friend stuff, hanging out, sharing music. So we're really tight in that sense, and it's great. It's great to have a crew like that. A couple of people come up to me and they're like, you know, you don't produce, but you have a crew, and I think that's the most important thing, especially in today's scene right now. It's like, if you're not producing, you have to have something interesting. I mean, being a good DJ is one thing, but I mean, having a good crew with you that you can feed off of and inspire you, and that's what I feel like I have with Seth and Sean, Ryan and Lee and those guys. So it's nice.
Being a good DJ is underrated.
Completely underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm quite proud. I mean, it's really nice to be able to get this far, however far this is, but in my career and just solely on DJing. I don't know many people that have. I know Lee Burridge is one. There's a lot of other people, but I mean, it's
Ryan Elliott.
Yeah, Ryan.
He's gone to the dark side now that he's started making tunes.
Yeah. No, he's we'd always kid each other because we were like the last two, and we've always had people saying, we'll ghostwrite tracks for you, and we were like, fuck that. We're not letting anyone, like, if we're gonna do it, we'll do it. We're not going the whole ghost producer route. But Ryan's another great example. But it's good. I mean, there's for me the best DJs right now, guys like D-Ed, and I heard D-Ed, Shanky, Dan Ganesha, and Cassie at Burkman Bar, and they blew my mind. Zach downstairs is another one. Zach I've known for like 5 years, met him in Minnesota, and he's come such a long way. He's like huge now. Yeah. But it's again, it's a testament to just having skills as a DJ, knowing how to move a crowd, knowing how to control your sound, and to somehow take some, I know it's cliche, but go on some kind of a journey, going down. Nowadays I hear people just super flat. Heard so many DJs play sets that are just fucking boring, same bass line, same drums, everything. It's just really, really flat, and just for 2 hours or 3 hours. And that to me is just, I don't know, it's just, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear techno for 3 hours or tech house. You gotta mix it up. You would think this is easy common knowledge, but yeah, there's not that many people that do it right.
So where are you really enjoying playing at the moment? Countries or clubs?
Romania's always been amazing.
Yeah.
I've been playing there for 5 years, and they're just really up for it. The crowd is great, really educated, and really they let you go wherever you want. And it's one of those crowds where you're mixing and they hear the mix coming in, or they hear the hi-hat come in, and they go, and that to me is the best, because then it's really fun to play for a crowd like that when they're really listening.
What about DC10?
I haven't played DC10 since the good days.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, now it's huge. DC10's always great. I mean, I tend not to go to Ibiza too often anymore. I just have been disenchanted by the crowds there and the way the DJ is worshipped. I'm not into that stuff at all, and I think Ibiza is, I don't know, I'm not interested in it anymore. I've done it, I did it, I played, and there was some really amazing parties, and DC10 is still one of the best clubs in the world. I mean, I go there and I see my friends play, and I have to be backstage because it's just completely ram-packed. Or you go to Amnesia and it's like fucking 10,000 people, super hot, and you're just uncomfortable. And that to me is not interesting anymore. At my age, I'm not interested in sitting in a club just ram-packed, sweating, and not being able to move. I want to be at least a little bit comfortable. But DC10, I've had amazing times there, and they're still doing good things. I don't really play in Ibiza too much, and I'm completely fine with that. There's a million other places to play for me that are better.
So what else should we look out for from you in the next year or so?
I am now doing A&R for Supplement Facts for Guy Gerber's label, which has been nice. He called me up out of the blue one day and was just like, I mean, we never even had like I mean, I've always known Guy, but it was always like going to a party, seeing him, talking. Never been really close, but out of nowhere he just was like, hey, I really trust your sound, and I know that a lot of people really look up to what you do musically. And
that's the DJ thing.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm wondering if you'd like to help, and I was like, yeah, this could be fun. So it's been great. I've been, you go through so much music, you get so much shit, so much garbage, and then just to kind of like find a 3-track EP, it's tough. And
you still get the buzz from it.
Yeah, you still get the buzz. I mean, it's different. Back in the day, you used to go to record shops and digging and stuff. But it's nice when it's different now with the digital. You're getting stuff sent to you, to go online and to listen, to see, go on SoundCloud for demos and it's different. It's not the same buzz as it was when I'd spend like 5-6 hours in satellite records in New York just searching for gems. But it's nice when you find that record that no one else has.